Welcome back to Fuel for Thought, where we break down the biggest moves shaping the auto world. Today, Hyundai shocks Wall Street with robots. A dealership mega deal shakes up the Southwest. Ford recalls 250,000 vehicles, and Tesla pushes autonomy into its next chapter. Let's dive in. Hyundai kicked off January like it was auditioning for a sci-fi movie. At CES 2026, they unveiled the new Boston Dynamics Atlas robot.
So for the first time ever in public, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Atlas to the stage.
This thing moves like it's been practicing parkour behind the factory. The real headline is how Hyundai plans to integrate these humanoids into the smart factory product lines. Investors saw this vision immediately and they jumped in. By January 21st, Hyundai's market value had climbed enough to pass GM. Not bad for a company that used to be mainly known for budget-friendly sedans. Some outlets floated a $24 billion gain, but what we can't confirm is the surge itself, and the fact that Hyundai is leaning hard into robotics as a long-term strategy. If this works, future factories might be staffed by humans, robots, and the one guy who somehow always disappears right before the heavy lifting starts.
We want folks working with Atlas to know that Atlas is a helpful robot, not a person.
Next up, a major dealership shakeup. Automotive just acquired 16 stores from the Jim Click and Tuttle Click groups across Arizona and California. This is one of the biggest private dealer moves in years. These aren't small rooftops. These are high volume stores in competitive markets.
Click announcing today he's selling all of his dealerships.
The Jim Click Automotive is selling all 6 of its dealerships in southern Arizona and 10 dealerships in southern California, owned by the Click Tuttle Automotive Group.
For Automotive, this is a major expansion. For the industry, it's a reminder that consolidation is accelerating. The era of single-point dealership is fading. Groups are getting bigger, margins are getting tighter, and buy-ins are getting, well, let's just say if you're thinking about buying a dealership today, you might want to check your blood pressure first.
If you're running a BDC and feel stretched thin, Worldwide BDC can help. Real coaching, real systems, real improvement. Text training to 954-643-3835 and get your team performing at the level you know they can.
Ford is starting the year with a recall that affects more than 273,000 vehicles, including the F-150 Lightning and the Mustang Mach-E. A glitch in the park software can cause the vehicle to roll away, which is not the kind of self-driving anyone asked for. Ford is sending out an over-the-air update to fix the problem, a very 2026 solution to a very 1970s problem. The upside is the software fixes are quick, and honestly, if your car decides to take off on its own, the least it could do is help pay for the gas it burns on the way out. Now let's talk about the story that had the internet asking, how does this even happen? On Friday night, a Mercedes sedan drove straight through the glass entrance of a Detroit Metro Airport's McNamara terminal. Not up to it, through it. Let's take a look.
Breaking news tonight at Metro Airport, a driver crashing into the McNamara terminal. This video coming to us from TCD News. The car going all the way to the Delta counter. Officers carrying a man away in custody. It appears he was suffering some kind of mental health episode.
The car kept going until it hit the Delta check-ins counters, leaving a trail of shattered glass and confused passengers who definitely didn't sign up for this level of airport drama. 6 people were treated at the scene by the airport fire department. Thankfully, no serious injuries. The driver was detained immediately by police and TSA. Officials haven't confirmed the motive yet. A family member told Fox 2 the driver may have been experiencing a mental health episode. Look, I've seen people run late for flights, but driving into the terminal is a new level of commitment. And the fact that Delta didn't even delay a single flight, that's the real plot twist here. Let's rewind to June 27, 2025. Tesla delivered a car that literally drove itself from the factory to the customer's driveway. No human driver, no remote operator, just a car that said, "I'll handle it." At the time, it felt like a flex. Looking back, it was the first domino in a chain of autonomous breakthroughs. Fast forward to January 22nd, 2026, Tesla officially launched its public Robotaxi service in Austin. This is the milestone Tesla has been aiming for. Whether you're a fan or a skeptic, it's a major moment for autonomy. We're watching the early stages of a transportation shift. And if you're wondering whether people trust a driverless car, well, some folks don't even trust cruise control, so adoption will take time. And now, our car of the week, the Lincoln Navigator. This SUV continues to deliver one of the smoothest, quietest rides in the segment. The cabin feels like a rolling executive lounge, the power is effortless, and the tech is polished without trying too hard.
And whether we were stuffing it with luggage, 4 adults and 2 kids, or taking it on a lovely date night, this SUV nailed its mission.
There is this edge-to-edge display, but it's set all the way back at the base of the windshield. So everything is either leather or wood, and there is very little plastic. Well done, Lincoln.
In the world obsessed with EVs and autonomy, the Navigator stands out by focusing on space, comfort, and presence. It's the kind of SUV that makes you feel important even when you're just trying to go pick up paper towels. And honestly, that's a feature more cars should offer. That wraps up this week's episode of Fuel for Thought. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit the like, subscribe, and tell us what story you want next.